Now, St. Louis had a big win against Austin last week, and I haven't talked much about St. Louis, even in the off season. And actually, this is my first time ever uh, dedicating a monologue to St. Louis City. And the reason behind that is because I just don't know much about the team, and I don't know much about the city as a whole. The only thing I really know about St. Louis is people saying that it's the murder capital of the world. It's the same thing that people say about Detroit. It's the same thing that people say about New Orleans. One of the benefits of American soccer is that soccer can really change the negative stereotype in these cities. Look at what Detroit is doing in the USL. Now, I know Detroit City FC doesn't play in the actual city of Detroit, but just their image and their symbol, they're making some form of progress. And we don't see it on a national stage yet. But as that team grows, we'll eventually see it. As a matter of fact, Detroit City FC might be in a crossroads between MLS and in a competition with that new team in Livonia, Gold Star. But I'm going to talk about that in another monologue. I just use Detroit City as an example as a team that's cleaning up the city. And that's what I'm expecting St. Louis City to do. I have been watching some of their TV shows or their YouTube shows. They had like a YouTube food series where they talk about but they promote local food businesses, local restaurants like Steve's. It's like Steve Hot Dogs. That's one episode that stood out to me. So St. Louis, that was a good win against Austin. But St. Louis, I believe that your success is going to have to do more than just championships and playing well on the field. The NFL did the city of St. Louis really dirty. And I'm not going to blame like the NFL in like solely the NFL, because the NFL is the type of company or organization or whatever it calls itself. It's a type of business that where the owners are independent businessmen. They make decisions on their own. So Stan Kroenke is really the guy that just left a whole bunch of mess behind in the city. And he didn't even fully pay back the amount that he owed to the city. They had to come to some kind of a settlement of like $790 million. And according to multiple media outlets, that's just part of what he fully owed to the city. And a city that have been struggling in violence and poverty. You can't do a city like that. It's just not right. So hopefully Major League Soccer and St. Louis City Soccer Club, hopefully they can bring life to that city if they haven't done so already. Now, I know the Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals, they've been there and they never left. But when it comes to community relations, I just don't see Major League Baseball as that type of face. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, because I don't follow Major League Baseball that much. But Major League Baseball come across as a type of institution that will only support a community if they share similar ideologies, if they share similar beliefs. Major League Baseball comes across as an exclusive institution. Major League Soccer, on the other hand, it comes across as inclusive to me. Now, this is just my opinion. These are not facts. These are just my opinion based on what I see. Major League Soccer is more diverse. You don't only see your traditional black and white Americans. You see people from South America, Africa, Asia, Europe. Like, Major League Soccer is that real melting pot. From the outside looking in, that's what it looks like to me. That's why I believe Major League Soccer is more inclusive, and it's more equipped to clean up a community rather than Major League Baseball. I have not heard one thing about the St. Louis Cardinals doing stuff to revitalize the city ever since the Rams left. I haven't seen any YouTube series promoting local businesses. I haven't heard anything from the Cardinals. Now, if they have been doing stuff, you can let me know in the comment section. But in a few months, just based on the YouTube series from St. Louis City SC, it just looks like they're about the community. And it looks like they're taking a page out of what Detroit City is doing. So, St. Louis, yes, it's going to be good for you to play well on the field. And I'm really looking forward to that Kansas City rivalry. Hopefully, that rivalry will have a lot to do with who has the better barbecue. Because, I never tasted St. Louis barbecue. And I never really knew that St. Louis was really known for barbecue. I thought when it came to barbecue in Missouri, that it was all about Kansas City. I have tasted Kansas City barbecue before, and I don't like it. For my taste buds, Kansas City barbecue is nasty. Kansas City barbecue has no flavor. Kansas City barbecue is just mild and plain. No flavor. Hopefully someday I can taste St. Louis barbecue. And when that day comes, hopefully I will taste some flavor, not something that's mild. Now, St. Louis, you opened the season, your first home game this week against Charlotte. And I know you want to win. And that's good if you win. It's good if you make the playoffs your inaugural season. It's good if you win US Open Cup, year one, Leagues Cup, year one, all of that. That's fine. But St. Louis, me personally, this year, actually your first 5 years, your first 4 to 5 years in MLS, I won't give harsh judgment to you if you don't perform too well. Because I more so want to see how you're going to clean up the mess in the city that Stan Kroenke left behind. I don't want to hear about St. Louis being the murder capital of the world. That's not a good image to have. I want to see if you can lead the change into something more positive, something different. I also heard that St. Louis is one of the most corrupt cities in America. Maybe you and MLS can change that. I want to see you, if you can really shine a light and just lead the change of a new St. Louis. I don't like teams using city in the name of their club, because St. Louis City, Detroit City sounds weird. But maybe that word city means something. Like you're putting more emphasis on the city rather than the team. You're putting more emphasis on the community and the people. That is why you call yourself St. Louis City. That is why you call yourself Detroit City. Because you want to be more inviting to the people. You want this to be more about the people than yourself. And if that's why you call yourself St. Louis City, if that's why you call yourself Detroit City, then I'm all for it. St. Louis City. You heard about this rapper named Thistle? Thistle he represents positivity. Before you came around, St. Louis City in MLS, he was in the trenches. And he probably still is. I don't really know. He probably still is, but he was in the trenches trying to clean up the mess that was already around when Stan Kroenke was around. So hopefully we can see him at one of your games someday. Hopefully sometime, maybe next season. And I'm sure you already got your schedule for concerts. Maybe sometime next season, it can be a Thistle concert at one of your games. Maybe most likely post games, not halftime. But anyways, St. Louis City. I'm judging you based on what you do off the field during your first 4 seasons more than on the field. However, at the same time, it will still be good for your organization if you perform well. But me personally, based on the negative stereotypes of the city of St. Louis and the mess that Stan Kroenke left behind, it just won't be right for me to have heavy expectations for you to succeed and for me to just give harsh criticism if you don't start off performing well. But one thing I do want to see, I can't wait until that Kansas City rivalry, because I tasted Kansas City barbecue before. It's nasty. I don't like it. It's mild and it's no flavor. Whenever I visit St. Louis someday, I hope to eat some barbecue that has flavor. So St. Louis City, you spread that flavor of love in St. Louis. You spread that flavor of hope, that flavor of revitalization, that flavor of positivity. That's what I want to see during the first 4 seasons of your time in MLS. When I hear about news reports coming out of St. Louis, I don't want to hear a whole bunch of news about murders and corruption. You be the change that the city desperately needs. You do what NFL couldn't do, and that's bring life to St. Louis City.
Then my plan is to rebuild